Alright, you ready for a Shazam review? This one's gonna have spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie, turn away. If you have seen the movie, stay tuned.
So Shazam is based off an old character called Captain Marvel who had the change, who has the powers of all these different gods and humans alike. We saw it. I gave it I believe a 7.5 out of 10. What'd you give it?
Yeah, 7.5. Yeah, I gave it a 7 too.
Yeah, compared to the movies like Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Justice League, it focused a lot on the character in this movie, the bad guy in the movie as well, who I actually kind of felt for. If you've seen it, you know that the bad guy from the movie is selected as a kid to possibly be the champion for Shazam, and he's not worthy.
Yeah.
So eventually he uses all his time and resources to kind of find the wizard's lair and take back the power of the 7 deadly sins.
The 7 deadly sins are sending a message to this guy. Hey, find us. We will give you fucking power.
Yeah, so Billy Batson right away as a 14-year-old foster kid doesn't know what to do with the power, so he first starts showing off and trying to make money off of tips from...
Yeah, and trying to get popular, YouTube and shit. So it's like, it's really funny to see this kid like, oh shit, I have superpowers now. What do I do? What's going on here?
And if you see in the movie, you know, lightning from my hands. Family plays a huge role in this movie. Billy Batson has a foster family that he's brought into. Parents really want to give him a sense of home and family, and they really push it even though he kind of goes against it. Like Brian said, he finds his real birth mother who really doesn't want anything to do with them. So so it's kind of like halfway through the movie he really like learns, you know, what family is, why it's important to have it. And then I think if I'm going to go now into the coolest part of the movie, I think it is Shazam as he's fighting the 7 deadly sins, and the bad guy decides to give the power to Shazam to his brothers and sisters, and they legit become a superhero family of 6.
Yeah, it's like a team up, but they're all Shazams, and they all do the same.
That's the coolest part of the movie. I'd say for me, the least enjoyable part of the movie was the Freddy character, kind of how not needy, but how much he was attached to Billy Batson Shazam. Was kind of slow for me. The jokes were really funny, so that was really good, but I think there were just some parts during the middle of the movie where the story was progressing, but Shazam was still learning his powers, so maybe that was like the only like downside to me. Did you have any downsides?
Yeah, I don't remember the older girl's name, but
that's right, I remember this.
Yeah, she like is like looking at her papers, and Shazam saves her. And then they just kind of start talking like, oh hey, nothing. Like, she doesn't even like acknowledge the fact like, oh fuck, like I just got saved by a superhero. My life was saved. If I was saved by Shazam, I'd be like, dude, man, what the fuck? That is so cool. I'm so glad. Can I get a fucking selfie or something? Like, I'd be tripping balls. This girl's just like, fuck that. I have a serious issue here, and it's like, oh okay. I mean, like it's totally understandable. Like having that conflict between like, I gotta leave my family now if I'm gonna pursue, you know, my career, my life, you know what I mean? If I'm gonna do me. And, you know, being stuck in there. And in the end, like, I think she makes a decision that she is happy with.
There is a mid-credits scene that teases whether in the lair of the wizards you see this little caterpillar in this glass jar, like almost like a Beauty and the Beast glass jar. After the main guy gets beat up and destroyed and has the 7 deadly sins taken out of him, halfway through the credits he's in jail, and as he's in jail you see this little caterpillar talking and has a little voice box, and you find out that this like
wait, we actually saw the caterpillar?
You saw the caterpillar at the very end. He's like, who are you? And he starts talking and talks about the 7 realms. And I guess in magic there's 7 realms, just like Norse mythology, where they kind of all stack on top of each other and you can travel through them. So my guess is Shazam 2 is going to deal with the more mythical side of magic and really dive into Billy Batson's family, maybe going into these different places to help fight this caterpillar and then the bad guy from this one.
Sounds like some Alice in Wonderland shit, but like really, like that looks like where it's gonna go. They did tease another big superhero at the end of that movie, you know, that they know each other.
So go see that to see what we're talking about. I'm very happy that these DCEU and MCU movies are going more into the mythical elements of comic books, because we've only seen that in paper. You see it through, you know, these volumes and volumes and volumes of stories. But now it'd be awesome to see, a 2.5 hour movie where you see Shazam team up with maybe like a Zatanna, or maybe with Dr. Fate, or someone who deals with more mystical elements of magic. So in the future, that's why I want to see. I want to see also Shazam join the Justice League. I want to see him fight characters we've never seen before. I want to see good actors put as bad guys with compelling storylines.
Yeah. And this guy, the villain, was like taking Shazam to town.
He fucking straight up killed his brother and dad. Straight up.
Yeah, just like no remorse. He was like, screw you guys. Like, I'm in charge now. I'm the man. I have more power than you ever had, Dad. Get on with it.
And you see afterwards, when he loses his power, he's desperately trying to get it back. He wants to get that power back. So the movie deals with so many different things, really gives emotion to a lot of different characters I didn't expect. But go see it, and hopefully we'll see more movies like this in the future to review for you guys.
Especially from DC. We need more from DC like this, please.